Welcome back to another video. Today our evader is back at TA Mountain Lion for another well-needed scout. However, before we delve into that, I'd like to explain the basic differences between active evasion and passive evasion as it pertains to our evader in the wilderness of Alaska. There are few places that can match the environment of the Alaska wilderness, so take from this what you can. The general idea will be the same for any evader anywhere on Earth, but the circumstances cannot be compared, and the contrast is like night and day. First, there is passive evasion. This is when the evader follows a random routine that's never actually random. He uses his shelters and routes in a staggered manner, being sure to never stay too long in one place and to never use routes in any discernible pattern. Many of his methods can be found in Roger's rules of ranging to ensure he remains undetected and to stay one step ahead of any potential incursion by the OPFOR as best he can. For example, simple tactics like breaking camp before dawn, using the terrain and individual CAMCON practices to stay concealed, observing fire, light, sound, and CAMCON disciplines will be part of his passive routine. These and other tasks will be conducted all while the evader stays fed, hydrates, observes health and hygiene habits, and while tending to personal admin, and while attending to shelter chores. So the question is, how long will the evader have to live like this? The simple and most direct answer is until it's time to stop after the situation has stabilized enough for a new response to be formulated. What comes next is anyone's guess. However, first things first, staying alive and undetected is the primary task for EVAR. Now let's discuss a bit about active evasion. In simple terms, and for whatever reason, the evader's covert existence has been compromised and the evader is now on the run. However, all is not lost just yet. The evader has many options working in his favor. First and foremost, the evader is on his home turf. He has his kit on him. He can defend himself with lethality, and the evader has a lifetime of skills in his head. However, the evader knows that his best chance is to put distance between him and the OPFOR, and to avoid an all-out firefight that the evader knows he will lose. The evader needs to lose them, and lose them fast. Being captured is not an option. In layman's terms, operate as if you are actively being hunted until such a time that you are actually being hunted. Then multiply your response by 10-fold, and always remember that you'll never get a second chance at first contact. From this day forward, TA Mountain Lion will be known as the land of micro-terrain on top of micro-terrain that's on top of micro-terrain. One has to be there to understand the gravity of this statement. Our evader has yet to find a map that comes close to the topographic horror show that this TA is. However, and without exaggeration, this is probably the best TA he has ever had. And other than Goat Ridge, it's by far the most difficult.
Don't do that. Moose beds.
In a hammer-dropped event, a determined survival group could hold such an area and thrive with relative success. Equally, a single evader could exist in such a rugged area with relative ease. However, with its proximity to civilization, its future is relegated to being a training area. With this epiphany that this TA has handed our evader, it has convinced Evar to rethink his current base camp locations. This is the first of two man-made structures Evar will discover on this scout. This one appeared to be very old.
This is absolutely 100% one of the most challenging TAs I've ever tried to scout out. Dude, come on. Alright, so I followed this finger as far as I'm going to follow it. Got another ridge I want to go fuck around on, so you can see there's another ridge over there. This place has about 5 actual miles jammed into 1 grid mile. It's deceptively fucking brutal. Anyway, I'm gonna head back down to the lower area. There's another spot I want to hit. Come with me, won't you?
Suffice to say, this is the type of area Evar has always envisioned being the ideal base for a proper spiderweb base camp network. But the one problem this TA forces upon our evader is its lack of multiple water sources. At this point, there is one Evar knows is there all year round, and another he and the prepared Pathfinder found a couple of years back. As it stands, at this point in time, this TA forces Evar to carry all his water in with him, along with all the limitations that brings with it.
Come on, dude. Good boy. Moose hair. Another piece here there. What you doing, fat dog? Yeah, a bunch of right here. And clues like this are important because it means if the animals are using it way far back here, then they're not being disturbed. And fat dog's beating me up the hill. Come on, dude. Go on. I know you're tired. Go on, buddy. We went up there.
This is the second of the two man-made structures Evar will discover on this scout. This one appeared to be recently occupied when compared to the first one.
What did you? Can't figure that out, can you?
This is the last of the 3 ridges Ivar has scouted today. The second one wasn't worth the effort to document for the video, however. Now he and Dane will enjoy the view and indulge in some well-earned tasty before heading to a nearby logging road to head out of the area.
Okay, so it's tasty time. TA Mountain Lion. And I'm having my standard spaghetti from Mountain House. Got my kit pulled in tight. Keep it organized. There's the view. Earned. Dude is destroyed. Starting to rain a little bit. It'll be alright. Man, that heated up fast. I think it was like 2 minutes at the most. Okay, so the rain's starting to get an attitude. It's gonna wash out my lunch, so I made an impromptu shelter. Crawl my happy ass under there and enjoy my spaghetti. We got clouds, we got blue sky, we got white sky, and we got rain. TIA, baby. Yeah, I don't think the rain's gonna stop, so I moved everything in. The sun's out, but it's spitting rain at me. Was it good?
I've got tons of them, but getting shit done ain't one of them. I ain't perfect, but I fight to be number one. I don't run to be runner-up, don't hold my number up. There's no substitute for hard work, so I'm always working, living purpose. That's why I win on purpose. I ain't get no handouts, I earned it. I went from worthless to worth it, my limitations, I burned them. Hard work, I ain't afraid of it. I can handle the burn, in any circus I represent. I ain't the best, but I know how to win. I just never give up, I just never give in. Hard work, I never stray from it. I push through the pain,